Something happened. Sorry about that. So again, this is all for educational purposes only. We are not suggesting anybody buy or sell anything. You guys are coming up with these trade ideas. For me, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, of course, mostly that there's no accountability, no problems, or, oops, hang on a second here. Okay. Got it. Thanks, Holden. There's no accountability, no consequence for simulated trading. Once you get into the trading combine or fund your own account, you're going to understand what it means to have a little bit of skin in the game. This is Make HOAG Money. The rules are, of course, kindness and respect are expected above everything. There's always differences of opinion in markets. That's what makes it so good. These markets so good. We're going to have maybe a couple of people that want to be able to talk today, to be able to speak. We're all going to be involved in any of the decisions we make today. Of course, context is going to be helpful, and anybody who is suggesting a trade, who has been enabled to speak, will be able to share their charts to help share that context. We're going to use our chat rooms in YouTube and on Zoom to discuss trades. Only those in the YouTube meeting will be able to vote to take the trades. We're going to be focusing on the E-mini S&Ps for opportunities. We're not going to trade just to trade. I think it's important for us to remember that, especially in these late sessions. Excuse me, 1 second. I get a sip of water there. Sorry about that. We're not going to be taking losing trades, of course. That is a joke. We know that there are going to be losing trades we're going to take. We just have to get past it. And, of course, feedback is vital about Make HOAG Money. Here's the platform. Now, we know that we just had the FOMC meeting come out. If you watch the forecast this morning, we were kind of looking at a potential range-bound day, especially prior to the FOMC meeting. 3,800 is weekly kickoff low. I don't know why these things keep moving on me. 39.90 is weekly kickoff high. We're largely range bound inside last week's high and low, which are these purple lines here. So we're really kind of range bound. The extremes are going to be our more important levels to look at. Yesterday on Make HOAG Money in the morning, we got out of a long right near the high here, which was a good trade. We're basically inside extended trading hour range, largely regular trading hour range as well today. Here's yesterday's range volume profile. Here we're going to add today's volume profile. Here's the 8:30 open. Here's where we are now. So looking at this opening in range, centrally located in balance in the weekly time frame, inside the range from yesterday in the daily time frame, we were looking at the opportunities, I think, for the market to open, let a range establish, and then focus on the extremes of that range for our opportunities. We've had several opportunities here near the low of values since the 1 o'clock FOMC meeting started. Well, when it was released, we've had one opportunity up here near the high of value to look for an opportunity. And we're really just kind of range bound here. So I'm not sure in my time frame, the longer kind of time frame, 30-minute time frame, where we're going to find any real great opportunities. So here we sit. I've got a few folks here in the Zoom meeting. I'm not sure if anybody is interested in speaking. I can make you a panelist. You would be able to share your charts if you have ideas. So, Saltbones, Justin, it's good to see you. How does this work? Well, this is what we do. We get together, we discuss the possibility of taking trades, and we vote on them, we discuss them, and we see if we have any good opportunities. And it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to take a trade. We are just looking for opportunities, and those opportunities are coming from you guys. Les, hello from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. What's up down there? Man, did I have some fun in Louisiana. Great food. Gotta say, I'm loving the volume profile and the footprint charts. Just joined the beginning of December. I'm in the trading combine. Practice accounts are saving my combine. So glad to be here. Of course, Les, we're glad that you're here. We're looking forward to your success. Good afternoon, Denise, Chris. Where's the info regarding the volume profile? Well, you're getting a little bit of information here in Make HOAG Money about the volume profile as well as the market profiles. If you are looking for more information on the market profile, the auction process, even a little bit of volume profile, I would suggest getting the book Mind Over Markets by James Dalton. To me, that's been the market profile Bible. It's what saved me from doing something else so many years ago. But stick around as time goes on, and in real time, we're going to be discussing opportunities using the volume profile. Les, again, you guys made me money today. Nice. Good. Best prop firm, great education, get to sit in and listen to professionals trade. Seriously, what a bargain. Well, Les, we're glad you like it. We're always looking for feedback and information. If there's something we're missing, let us know. Bill Phillips, good afternoon. JT, glad you guys can hear now. Good afternoon. Listening in line at Disney. Rusty Golfer. That they say is the happiest place on earth. I haven't been there in quite a while since my kids were little. But you'll never guess, I'm at Disney and somebody from the trading floor recognizes me and yells out, "Hey, Hoag!" From the Netherlands, Roland. Wow, hoping to learn a lot. Well, I hope you do as well. White House Cap, definitely interested in joining the firm. Well, you've got the opportunity. Waleed, can you talk about your setup, including charts and dome, and how you look to hunt for setups? How do I add the market profile to the charts? Chris, if you are on TS Trader, you're going to want to click New Tab if you have charts up already. New Chart. Let's go with ES. Select. Now, it's put up the 30-minute chart for me, but if I go to Chart Type, well, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong type of chart. Hang on one second. So now we are going to go to Add Modules, click, don't go to Legacy Chart, go to Chart. This is where the TPO charts are. So we're going to add it up here. We're going to say ES Select. It's probably going to put up the profile already. But if you have the not legacy chart up, you will be able to add it, right? Well, you'll be able to change it right here to chart type. So if you have, let's say, a candlestick chart up, go to chart type, down to TPO, and click. Then you'll have your TPO charts up. Now there's some adjustment that you're going to have to make. Those adjustments you're going to find here. Configure chart elements, click. Now you're going to be able to set up your sessions. I like to look at the S&Ps and any market that I'm looking at in the regular trading hours first. So this is the S&Ps, 8:30 Central to 3 o'clock Central. It's in military time, so that's 15. You're going to want to change your letters to show you visibly time through the profiles. And then there's other things that you're going to be able to add, like another session. Okay, now I can show you what the other session looks like right here. Well, no, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to go here. Close. Here's the TPO charts here. So this is the regular trading hour session only. This includes the overnight session. So yesterday's regular trading hour, last night. Today's session, tonight will be over here. So you're probably going to have questions. You can fool around. You can play with it a little bit. My suggestion is to get to know it a little bit and then come to group coaching next Monday at 12:30, and we can go more piece by piece as to how to set that up for yourself. So here's back to the 30-minute chart. The TPO doesn't show anything necessarily that comparable to Bookmap. What the market profile is, let's get into this a little bit because I don't see that we're looking at any real great opportunities. Price is central in the range. We're in the middle of value. We've got the point of control right here. So what the market profile is just another way to organize the information of the market, the information that the market is providing. Okay, so if I were to click on this and split this profile, basically what I'm looking at is very similar to a 30-minute chart, 30-minute candlestick chart. It's not showing me the shadows, but it's showing me the entire range for the first 30 minutes, the second 30 minutes, the third 30 minutes, the fourth 40 minutes, and so on and so forth. So if I were to close this down and open this, this is what we're seeing in the profile, just organized in a different way. Here's that first half hour range. Here's the second half hour range, third half hour range, fourth half hour range, and so on and so forth. But what it does for me and for those that are familiar with the profiles is it organizes the information into bell curves. I know by looking at this profile that we've spent most of the time in this area here. It just makes it easier for me to recognize when the market is in balance and when it is out of balance. Now, there's certain features of the profile, nuances, if you will, that take time to recognize and to use in real time. And there are certain things that the profile can tell us over time, like, well, we had a B-shaped profile yesterday. A B-shaped profile can be indicative of long liquidation. A P-shaped profile like this can be indicative of short covering. So it would kind of make sense if we were too long at the high yesterday that buyers wouldn't buy it anymore and sellers took over and pushed the market lower. Today we opened in the middle of the range from yesterday. We kind of looked lower into the range bound area. We repaired a lot of the toothiness of the volume profile here. So over time, there's features that the market can tell you. One of the things that I'm always looking at, and everybody's always looking at, is naked points of control. Points of control are comfortable levels that the market is happy. It's the most visited. It's the fairest price. This white line right here is the volume point of control. It's the single price that has the highest volume. Very popular price. The TPO profile has the point of control right here. The TPO profile is the most popular level through time. It's the most visited. The volume point of control is the highest single price, the highest volume single price. Typically, they're going to end up relatively close by the end of the day. If they don't, there's things that we can talk about with that. But there's, excess at the low today more than at the high. We had big excess at the high yesterday. Excess at the low, excess at the low, excess. It shows us in a picture how the success of the auction process is doing. Today's auction process was two-sided. We had buyers down below, we have sellers above. The market just kind of bouncing back and forth between the high and the low. How did we recognize that that was possible today? My main hypothesis, because of yesterday and where we opened today, was range bound, at least until the FOMC meeting. And now the FOMC meeting is done, we're still range bound. So the TPOs are something that takes time to learn, something that takes time to kind of develop an intuition about. We're going to be doing an introduction to the market profile, 2-day kind of webinar series near the end of January to hopefully get more people up on what the profiles are, how they're constructed, and how to begin to use them to your advantage. Now, the one feature about the market profile and the volume profile that we were just looking at here was the value area. Now, the value area low is represented here on this 30-minute chart by this red line right here. Value area high up here is also represented by this red line. What that's telling us is that in relation to the point of control, which is this green line here on this 30-minute, this is a volume profile. In relation to the point of control, 70% of the volume is from here, value high, to the low value here. This is where 70% of the volume has occurred as it relates to the point of control. Now, there's TPO value as well. It's a little more difficult to see. Here's value low and volume. Volume value low is when the profile goes from dark blue to light blue. Volume value high is when the profile goes from dark blue to light blue. TPO value is here to here. You can kind of see it right here in this white line, and you can see that it's grayed over here. So if we are expecting a range-bound day, then what we're looking for is opportunities to look for longs below value and look for shorts above value. Because with 70% of the time spent as it relates to the point of control between here and here, if there's no range extension, 85% of the time we're going to have an opportunity for longs below value to be taken at a profit back inside value. It doesn't say buy it here and then sell it above value. It says 85% of the time with no range extension, price will return back inside the value area for an exit. Same above. If there's 70% inside value, that leaves 15% of the time above value, 15% of the time below value. So without range extension, 85% of the time, the price, if it does not extend, will return back inside the value area. So you can see, especially on particular days, how useful that information might be. We are right in the middle here. We're right at point of control, volume point of control, TPO point of control is right here. There's really very little for us to do here. If we get an opportunity outside value, I'm all in for looking for an opportunity. But as long as we're inside value on a day like today, I don't see that there's any good opportunities in my time frame. Right now, I don't have any volunteers to look at shorter time frame opportunities that some folks might be looking at that want to speak. Unless somebody wants to. Otherwise, we can just chat here and see if we get an opportunity outside of value today. Travis, this is the afternoon. This is the afternoon link for Make HOAG Money. As requested. There's a different link for the morning session, which will be tomorrow. That's at 8:20, right after the market forecast, till about 9:20. I'll put that in there too for you. I don't know if you want to bookmark it or whatever. I'm sorry that it has to be two different links. To me, that's just the way it looks like Zoom works. Haven't been able to figure out how to make the link the same for both. But here's tomorrow morning's Make HOAG Money Zoom meeting. Okay. My ES3 TPO chart looks blank. Chris. Okay, do me a favor. Just click on that chart like that and then hit F5 on your computer. That may straighten it out. Sometimes what happens is it'll crush like this and then go off. So look at your price ladder. And if we're not in the range of the current price, move it up. And then you can expand it by using your scroll wheel on your mouse. So, and here we are still. Right in the middle. Really lacking an opportunity today. See what we got going on over here. Oh, Bob. All right, good. If you double click on the price action, it'll expand faster. There you go. Yeah, that just kind of takes to scale, right? Got it. Over here. Yeah, that kind of scales it to the screen. Chris, let me know how that works for you. Price access. Hi, Hoag. Market chopping up traders inside FOMC hour. It most certainly is, Dr. VJ. I have done absolutely nothing, and we are just kind of hanging around the middle here. I can't get involved in this. It's a 50-50 shot. If we buy it here, whether it goes higher or lower, I can't do it. It's the most comfortable area price of trade today. It's where the most trade has occurred, is right in this area. And I'm not looking to take trades where everybody's traded. I want to look for opportunities where few people have traded, like down here or up here. Just looking here. Let me know how you're doing, Chris. Vince, what do you think of a long at 38.55 if we get there? Value low with a target of 39.72. Just above value, just above the 38.72. Sorry, yeah. Basically about the center of value. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing it. Where's our risk? And is it worth that reward? Only 4 points of risk. Just to run the stops just under 55 there. Here we are in the last 30-minute period. Looks like we've moved point of control lower, at least for now. TPO point of control. So 55. All right, let's vote. Look for a long at 55 with a 4-point stop with a potential 55.72 17-point profit. I think everybody's bored. %75% agree with Mr. Capria of the Sicilian faction here. So we're going to take it. 55. And we're going to give it 5 points. All right, so I'll put this on this so we can see there's our entry. There's our stop. We'll see if we get it. Look at the difference in the micros. Value low is down here. Because it's value low in the S&Ps. Is it? Hang on a second here. Yeah, in the S&Ps, TPO value low is 55. Volume value low is lower than that, 48.5. Look at the volume value, 48.5. Look at the volume value low here, 45. So, Waleed, can you talk about risk management, please? So, when I look at a profile, I say, all right, well, it seems as though this level down here was too cheap prior, okay? The last time we were down here, it was too cheap. Sellers wouldn't sell it. Buyers picked it up and drove it higher. Is it possible that they're going to still remain there? If I'm going to be looking for a long, not down here near the lows, even where we're looking for a long here at value low according to the TPO chart here, okay, what am I looking at for risk? Well, I mean, technically I could be looking at a range extension as my total risk. Am I taking this trade? I probably would not, but this isn't for me. We had a suggestion, we looked at it, we voted, and we agreed. So I'm always thinking, well, where's the risk? Where's the real risk in taking a trade in this market today? it's on probably mostly range extension. So if we had an opportunity up here to short it, this would be really reasonable risk. I could say risk up to 38, 38.98, 3,900, maybe even a little higher than that. So my risk is going to be 5, 6 points if I get a good trade location up here. JT, we may not get out of range until Friday with the unemployment report. So, Waleed, when I'm talking about risk management, the first thing I think is, okay, if I'm looking for a short at the high, where is the market telling me I'm wrong? If I'm looking at an extension of the range above is telling me I'm wrong when it gets short, I'll put my stop there. Then I'll look at, okay, where is the good trade location in the range today according to that stop? So I'm planning a loss before I even get in the trade. I want to know what I'm going to risk. Here we go. We're long. Value low in the S&Ps. Now it's going to drag lower as we keep bringing TPOs down there. What was our exit? 72. So now look at value. It's dragging it with it. But we're hanging tough. This is cheap. In the grand scheme of things, this is, the bottom quarter of this profile. If it stays inside of it, this could end up being a good trade. Got to remember we have the MOCs coming up as well. Here's the micros. There's our stop. I'm going to put a wall between us and the stop. Travis, I do that too. Yep, you got to set up a blocker. All right, here we are. Back to entry. We got our blocker just below entry now. Yep. Seeing what you're saying there in Taurus trader here. Value low lining up with point of control from yesterday. Got to see what happens into the close here. I got to move my blocker back over here. Patty, yes, definitely. Join us with your S&P charts. I don't know what you trade, but I've been trading S&Ps for 25 years. You'd think I know more. I'd like to say it's been all rainbows and butterflies the whole time, but I'd be lying. Hey. Get off my blocker. Yeah, sometimes if it's getting close to a profit target, I'll tickle it. Sometimes I feel like that helps. None of it does. Nice job, Taurus. Yeah. Slightly, huh? We're all right here. Coming into the MOCs. MOCs are buy side. See if that helps us. If we can stay in. Uh-oh. That's it. All right. That's okay. Now, this is where I would really see limiting risk. I'm going to try this. The 46. Let's see what happens. Got low value here. I like your idea of long and just better trade location. You got a little display issue here. we go. All right. It's anybody's game now. We're coming into the MOCs. Do we fish or cut bait? Vote. Everybody wants me to fish. Oh, now we're even. see if it changes if we keep moving. Well, we're at 56 fish. Brazilian says cut. I think we're about even. Torres says settlement's going to be 56.50 as his best guess. Yes is fish, yeah. I should probably change those to fish and cut bait. Back up to VWAP. That would be a good move. 67. All right, let's see what happens here. Now we just kind of sit and wait, huh? So we'll maybe put on a little waiting music. Brazilian. Hang on one second, my friend. Videos. Playlists. Okay, here's a video on our YouTube channel. Introduction to market profiles. We're also going to be doing another intro to the profiles near the end of the month. I don't know if I get in trouble for this. Yeah, they might be. Probably shouldn't be doing that, but well. Everybody wants their royalties. Well, we're up on the day now. Thanks, chart language. I think you're talking about, when you get funded, you can get your money instantly. So what I'm going to do is, I hate doing this, but it is late in the day. So we're going to just take the risk off this and see what happens. Unless you guys think we should cut bait. Doing a little bit of fishing. Taurus, take the money and run. We took it. Exit, work on no orders. So we did have a pretty decent trade off that low. David, usually I don't I don't take trades. I don't move stops to break even unless it's a trend day and it's severely in my direction. Because the trade is still valid until proven wrong. It's cost me. I believe me. But I think moving stops to break even too quickly has cost me more than not moving stops to break even. So we took it. We're good. We ended up making almost 10 points on that at this time in the day. I'll take it. David, I've been historically terrible at trailing stops. So if I'm in a trend, I'm usually going to be looking at where the market's going to scare me and then putting my stop well below that or above that in the case of a short. Sounds like an idea, chart language. All I can do is answer from my experience, David. There are people that are going to disagree with me all day long, and they are not and nobody's necessarily wrong. All right. Well, I think we're probably done for the day here, so I'm going to get prepared for the market reflection. Probably about a quarter after 3, we'll take a look at what the markets did and reflect on the trading day, have a little fun, check a little bit of history, and then prepare for tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day, guys. Chart language. Really good at making money, have a hard time holding on to it. It's weird. My dog will interrupt my stop loss and all kinds of stuff. If you were in group coaching today, I add some dad wisdoms. Dad wisdoms are things that my dad taught me. And he was a trader for 40 years on the floor of the Chicago Board of Trade. He had some really good dad wisdoms. And today's dad wisdom was, it's easy to make money. It's easy to lose money. It's hard to keep it. We all have the same thing, chart language. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and maybe we'll see you on the recap. Trade well, everyone.